Hi everyone, welcome to Live Chat Tuesday, number 89. I am Crystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. I want to welcome those watching on replay. Please leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you are here with us currently, please leave us a comment in the chat. Today, my guest is Doodley's Crochet, aka Julia. It's her first live. And welcome, Julia. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Well, that's good. I'm happy you're here, and I'm glad I could have you on.
I'm glad to be here.
Julia's channel link is pinned to the top of the chat, and it's also in the description box. She just recently hit 100 subscribers. I think you're sitting at 120. So that's an awesome thing. First milestone.
Yeah, I'm really surprised I hadn't took that long to get to it, like I thought I would.
Yeah. I think it took me like 6 months to get my first 100. So, well, would you like to talk a little bit about your channel and introduce yourself?
I'm Julia, and my channel name is Doodley's Crochet, and I plan on doing like yarn reviews and stuff like that, and I do Tuesday shout outs, Whip It Wednesday, which I show what I'm working on, and then I do on Fridays I can't think of the name of it now. Show and Tell Friday. So I show if I'm done, or if not, I show what progress I've done since Wednesday. And Mondays I do Catch Up Monday. Most of the time I have the project finished.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Tuesday shout outs, I do that. And I've got a collab with Darla. It's in the bag with Darla. I got a collab with her. Going to be starting this Thursday.
Awesome.
That's where she picks a pattern and we do it. There's a few others that's with us, and then we show her what we got done on Thursday.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking about starting one with AJ next. She asked me to join hers.
Cool. We have Angela Wright here. Welcome in, Angela. She says, hi, Crystal and Julia and everyone in the chat. How are you doing today? I am doing fine today. Drinking water, still working on my scrappy blanket. We also have Dee Ferguson. She says, hi, Crystal and Julia.
Hi, Dee.
So how are you, Dee Ferguson? And I know Angela said she's working on her scrappy blanket. What are you working on, Dee Ferguson? I'm working on a granny square blanket.
I finally got mine finished.
Awesome. That's the one that you were putting the border on.
Yeah, that I got from you.
Mm. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you got it finished. Yeah, I'm about, I'm actually looking at it. I'm trying to figure out, I don't even think I'm about half done, but I'm almost halfway. I guess Dee Ferguson is she says waiting on the ice to get here. A sweater and a shawl. So she's working on a sweater and a shawl.
No ice.
I know I saw somebody post a picture on YouTube today and they're in northern part of Texas and I'm like, oh my God, it's snow there. And I'm like, it's been raining and cold where I am in central Texas. And I'm like, I don't want snow. Don't send it here.
Yeah, we got rain here in North Carolina today. Supposed to rain from now till Sunday, I think.
Mm. Welcome in, Margaret Baker. Angela Wright says she just joined your channel. So awesome.
Yeah, I seen that earlier. I just haven't been able to get back to her comment.
Dee Ferguson says it's coming around 2 today. She's in Mississippi. Well, I really don't. A couple of years ago, we had some really bad snow and it stuck for like a week. And it got down to like in the teens. And we're not used to that here in Texas at all. The coldest I'm used to is about 30s, maybe, lowest 30, 28. And so when it got down to single digits at night, and during the day it was like teens. I'm like, no, I don't want that again.
A few weeks ago, we was down to -8. But that's the first time in a long time it's got that cold.
Yeah. We have Tank in the house. I love to crochet. She says, good morning, Crystal. Just came from a wonderful Bible study. Well, awesome. No, her lighting's a little dark. Tank says, I can't see her. Is it me?
Oh, we got one more light I can turn on. You want me to try it?
Yeah, why don't you try that? And there's Anita. She says, hi, ladies. How are you both? Welcome in, Anita. Dawn Laval, or welcome in, Dawn. She says, hi, all. I'm new here. I'm in Florida, and it's 79 right now. Well, that sounds wonderful compared to Texas weather right now. It's rainy and cold here.
Is that any better?
Little bit. I can understand the lighting problem, so y'all just have to bear with us.
We live in a house that's over 100 years old, so there ain't many lighting places.
Yeah.
They got it way up high on the ceiling, and it don't project down where you can see anything.
Yeah. Tank says, okay, I got you. Dee Ferguson, lucky you, 32 here to Dawn. Welcome in, Dawn. I know you're new. Glad you could be here. What are you working on? Anita, I know, is working on the goat. She's also a tester. So are you, Julia?
Yeah. It's one of them I'm working on.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Everybody just saying hello to everyone. Oh, and there's Frog Crochet Charity. Hi, Charity. How are you?
I watched one of her videos this morning.
Aw. And Brenda Young. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Welcome in.
Hi, Brenda.
Anita is on the legs. I know Melanie also asked what size safety eyes were for the goat, and Brenda had asked originally at first, and I had to go back and find the email, and I forgot to tell everybody what size the eyes needed to be and what size the nose needed to be, so I got to email everybody later and let y'all know.
I didn't put the nose on. I don't know if it's big enough or not.
It really don't matter. It's not really about the size of the safety eyes and knows. It's just how the pattern works, you know, and seeing if it works up correctly is all. Let's see. Charity says, Miss Kitty just put a video on my channel. We got AJ. Hi, AJ's Personal Touch. Welcome in. She says, hi, everyone. Here for a minute. Need to get a video up soon about a crochet along. I'm starting today, but wanted to stop in. Well, welcome, and I'm glad you could stop in for a minute. Tank says, I'm working on the Valentine shawl for Dee's giveaway Saturday and on the Sophie's Universe. Awesome. Everybody saying hi to everyone. Anita says, I need to email you about the legs after the live. Okay. That's fine. Well, tomorrow is the drawing for January's giveaway, so that'll be done sometime tomorrow. My grandmother wants to pick the winner, so she's gonna draw the winner out of the bag. And then I'm gonna release a video showing what's in February's. Let's see. Tank says, cold and raining here. AJ says, finally feeling better. Cannot wait to be on my live with you again this month. I missed everyone. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. And I'll be seeing you soon. Anita is asking you, how do you like it so far? I'm thinking she's meaning the goat.
I got to get used to it. All mine I do like in continuous rounds. And first I learned how to do it like you do it. And then I've done continuous rounds, and I'm trying to get used to doing it again that way.
I try to. Oh, sorry.
It's coming along pretty good, though. I just have to remember not to do the continuous thing.
And the reason I make them that way is because I lose track very, very easy of the continuous rounds. It's like if I don't have a stitch marker in place at all times at the beginning of round, I can't figure out how many rows I've done. And to me, it's a little bit easier, but I mean, it does leave that line where the slip stitch is, but I always try to design the pattern to where it's under something, like on the belly, or, you know, being hid underneath something. So
yeah, I always use a row counter when I do continuous rounds. That way and a stitch marker at the first of it.
We have Melanie here. She says, hey, Crystal and Julia. How are you doing, Melanie? And what are you working on? Oh, Anita says she meant, how do you know? I mean the live. So how do you like the live so far?
I think it's going pretty good.
Yeah, me too. Did I get gifted another membership? Yes, you did, actually. You were gifted one from Dee's Creative Hands. She gifted out 5, and so did Cindy of Lulu's Treasure Trove. And came from Dee. So yeah, you got gifted another membership. AJ says, I use a stitch marker on continuous rounds and it works well too. You just need to get used to not slip stitching to connect. Yeah, but I like kind of designing it different than everybody else. I mean, it makes it unique. I mean, some people may not like how it's done that way, but I think it's unique way of doing it. So
It's not that I don't like doing it that way. I just got to liking the continuous, the way it looks.
Yeah.
But if somebody's got it in their pattern, I do it that way.
Yeah. Anita says, oh, she's so sweet. Yes, she is. Dee's creative hands is very, very thoughtful and sweet and kind, and she was just so awesome to do that. And so was Cindy for gifting the memberships. We have Mob's Yarnery and Cooking, which is Ashley. She says, hey everyone, welcome in. How are you? What you working on? AJ says, oh, I do both. I was just trying to help is all. I love the look of both, depending on what it depending on what is made. Everybody's saying hi to everyone. All right, so I've added one, speaking of amigurumi, I have added one last little thing into the giveaway for this month. Actually, two things, but one is a 3-pack of the Mini Maker Yarn Bee in gold. And speaking of amigurumi, I have added several different size of safety eyes and noses and all this other stuff. Each of the eyes, I gave 2 sets, and then these are the backs that go with these. And then in this one are different size eyes, but they're bigger with their backs. And then these are the noses with their backs. So you don't have to try to figure out which backs goes with what.
Yeah.
So that is the last thing that's going in this month's giveaway. And I have added several things over the course of the month. I think I'm going to take a picture tomorrow and put it in the winter video to show everything that's in it. But it's 2 big bags like this. And this is the size of the Mary Maxim mystery bags that they send out. So y'all know kind of how big those are. Now I had one bag just fall over, but this is the other one. And it's got a whole bunch of different stuff in it.
That's some pretty yarn in them bags.
Yeah. Most of that my grandmother put in the giveaway this month. And there's quite a bit. And then there's some that I did add in, but most of it she actually picked out this month. And I've already got February's put together, some of it, and then I'll add a lot next month throughout the month. But next month is going to be for members and super chatters only. So kind of give back to those that do donate to the channel and that are members to the channel. And anybody that was gifted a membership gets an entry also. I'm not going to exclude anybody. So, you know, like if you were gifted one or do what?
I was gifted one by Dee on the last live.
And so you'll be in there. So yeah. Brenda just became a member and Anita's a member as of right now. So anybody that was either gifted a membership or pay for their membership, they will be in there regardless. Even if their membership ends, they'll stay in. So until the following month, and if they drop off, then, you know, it is what it is. But let's see. Brenda says, awesome. I buy the big container of eyes and noses. Anita says, when I get the goat done, I'm gonna make Cora a white one. It will be smaller though, because I'm gonna use a smaller hook and yarn weight. Anita, where did it go? Tank says, awesome giveaway. Thank you, Tank. Brenda says her birthday is February 15th. Well, happy early birthday. AJ says, okay, I need to run. Get ready to start my, I think she means first channel crochet along, and take pics of the stitch markers I just made for Valentine's Day. Since I'm so behind from being sick, wanted to come and support Julia and say hi. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, I hope you have a good day, AJ. And thanks for stopping in. Sally Stevens, welcome. How are you? She says, hi, Crystal and Julia. I hope everyone is well and having a great day. Oh, I thought I almost might have to push the live back a little bit. I thought I wasn't going to be ready in time, but luckily I did. I mean.
Yeah, I got a little bit. Push the button.
AJ goes, oops, I don't know. I think she said thanks to Frog. It came out as a smile. So do you want to show what you've been working on?
Yeah. That's what I've got done on your goat so far. I'm using that yarn that I got from Crystal today.
Mm-hmm.
Like a creamy color. I didn't have no other color for a goat, and then I'm going to do, it's going to be a real white for the white part. I thought that would bring it out more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Made a Mobius scarf from Kristen Ondahl's channel.
Oh.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah.
I made it in Carolina colors for my son's girlfriend.
Aww.
And then the one with Darla that I'm doing, we're ranking a basket, an owl basket from Mikey's channel, Crochet Crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a big old owl basket. I'm just now starting on it.
Aww.
And then I made 2 granny square blankets, but I don't know if I can show them that good or not. But that was the first one I made. All different colors. You can probably see it on my channel better, maybe.
Yeah.
And then here's the one that I put your border on. I just finished yesterday. There's the border. I did do it a little bit different than yours. I done 2 rows of single crochet to try to box that bottom in to where to be a
Yeah.
box. And then I started with the half double crochets. I had all these squares I done, and I had to, everybody's wanting blankets, so I decided to use them instead of making new ones.
Aw, Anita goes, "You're doing great, Julia. Just think you're talking to a bunch of weirdos like me." Oh. And she also says beautiful. So does Charity, beautiful blankets. Brenda says beautiful blankets, Julia.
Thank you, everybody.
Let's see. I finished that one blanket I was commissioned to do, the red, white, and blue. Now I'm starting on the granny square one, and I had ordered yarn from Premier. 5 different balls, 5 different colors. Well, 5 colors of the same kind of yarn, and they still have not shipped it out. And I'm almost halfway with it, and I've used certain yarns to get it started because she kept adding more colors to it. And I'm like, okay, so I've been just kind of, well, what about this color? Do you like this color? Aw, thank you, Margaret.
Well, I love colors, so most of my blankets have a lot of color in them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is for Margaret's super chat. Thank you so much, Margaret. I will write up the ticket after the live. I don't know if Tank means I resent or resemble that remark, because she goes, I resemble that remark, Anita. Anita goes, Kristen Omdahl crochets so fast.
Yep, she does. She's got some pretty stuff, though.
Mm-hmm. And I've added in, I think since Friday, I put more purple, 2 different kinds. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 different kinds of purple. Okay, she means resemble. Okay. A peach, more blue, more red, 3 rows of like a aqua, and then a teal color on that blanket. And I think I've gotten about as far as I can go until I get my yarn in from Premier. Now, because the rest of it, I think the yardage will make up the rest of the blanket. And if not, I have tons I can probably add to the outside of it. But I think each skein was 300 and something yards, so that's still quite a bit of yardage. But it's turning out real colorful. You know what? Let me see if I can grab it. Oh. And that's with it folded in half. But that what I was talking about, the light blue and then this teal and then that peach.
I like that peach color.
I do too, and I have a little bit left. I think maybe enough for 1 more row, and I'm like, maybe not. I don't know yet. I won't know until I go around. But yesterday I was doing this, where is it? This color, the light aqua. And I got about that far from the starting point and I ran out of that color. So I had to find something that matched it. Let me see if I can find where I fudged the color a little bit. There it is. You can kind of tell a slight difference, but not much.
I can see a little bit, but not much.
I tried to find, I went through a lot of scrap yarn trying to find a color that was kind of close or similar to finish that one row. And I'm like, man, got to find something. I don't want it to be too drastic in the color change.
Yeah, I was on Connie's live yesterday working on that blanket, and I told her, I said, I'm playing Yarn Chicken. I might not get the border done, but I won. Finally.
Well, that's good because I lost.
I don't ever win at Yarn Chicken.
And in such a small space, it's kind of hard to fold that back up. And actually, I think I've spent about 11 hours it took me to make it that far. Hey. Here's a picture. This is what Momma is making for her sister. It's this. Where's your sweater idea? I already showed that this past Thursday. She got this off of Hobie, and it's called Horizon Cardigan. And I think she's using ice cream yarn to do it in. Oh. And this is made really, really odd. She said it's kind of like you start out with two hexagons, and then you add in certain things. And that's how it's supposed to be, like folded in half, but up here is going to be the sleeve. And then you sew this edge eventually to the other one. It's made really, really different. I don't know. She at first was like, I don't know if I like this or not.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
I haven't either. You said also you never seen anything done like that.
Never.
Never.
I wouldn't have done it, but it's going.
Well, I like that sweater that you showed Thursday that she made for you.
Is she like the sweater you made?
Yeah, that's I knitted one sweater 54 years ago for a baby, and then this one for
It's
another
beautiful,
baby. But you didn't know it. But anyway, yeah, I survived it.
We have Sayola. Welcome in, Sayola. How are you? She's saying hi to everybody. Everybody's saying hi to her.
I called my son the other night and asked him what he done with the last cell phone he had, because he just got him a new one. So I could see the chat. I don't know where it's at. So I didn't have no way to do it.
It's okay, because I'm reading them off. So it's okay.
It ain't been but 2 weeks ago since he got a new phone, so I don't know how he can misplace it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But he don't want nobody on his cell phone, so that's probably the reason why.
Brenda says, looks like the campfire cardigan. Almost. It's done a little different, but it does kind of actually she told me S and then oil and then A, not oila. Melanie says the sweater is beautiful, Patricia. And Charity saying hi to Momma. Brenda says beautiful colors. I know it's a ice cream yarn. I just don't remember what color it is.
I don't think I've ever used the ice cream yarn.
I've used ice cream big scoop. I think 2 different colorways in ice cream big scoop. Dee Ferguson says, I'm working on a hexagon cardigan sweater now. So she's actually working on one like that.
I've never made a hexagon. I guess that's something I need to learn to make.
Soila. Even she's saying, I don't mind. I know it's me. I know sometimes the way we would look at names, it's crazy how people look at it and try to pronounce it, you know, but it is what it is.
And most people call me Julie instead of Julia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they do that, but
maybe they just miss the E on the end and think of an A or an E, replace it, Who knows?
There's a funny story that goes along with my name, though. Mama was trying to name me after her mama, and she always thought her mama's name was Julie. Mm-hmm. But to come to find out, it's Julia. They misspelled my name on the birth certificate, so I ended up with her name anyway. But I'm named after her and my daddy's grandma, my great-grandma.
Let's see. Soila says, no worries here. Love ya. Love you too. Melanie says, people call me Melody instead of Melanie. Anita is telling Tank, you sound like me. I hate people saying refried beans because they have to be fried to be refried. Bugs me to death. Charity says, I get called Chastity or Christy a lot. I've noticed that. Because I know your name's Charity, so when I see somebody mention, hi Chastity, and I'm like, I think they mean hello to Charity. But it's all right. I've had somebody spell my name with a C instead of a K, or spell it K-R-I-S instead of K-R-Y, so I can understand. I mean, or just call me Chris. I'm like, my name is not Chris, it's Crystal. Welcome in, Wicked Granny. How are you? She said, my youngest daughter is named Julie, but my grandma called her Julia. My grandmother's in the chat. She said, I heard a joke the other day. What did one ghost say to another ghost? Do you believe in people? I heard a joke last night. I was watching Home Improvement and I finished up the very last 8th season. And at some point in there, Tim had told a joke. And it was such a cheesy, funny joke that I couldn't help but laugh. But, okay, so I'm going to tell it. I thought it was kind of funny. Y'all might have a good laugh. All right, so 2 pretzels walk into a bar. One is a salted and one is not. Like a salted pretzel, you know?
Yeah.
So how you doing, Wicked Granny? What you working on? And see, it was funnier in the moment when I heard it, because I was sitting there just crocheting, kind of listening in the background to it, not really watching it, but listening. And then he tells that joke, and I'm like, what the heck? Okay.
Yeah, I used to watch Home Improvement.
Brenda says she has to go. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Hugs and love. Bye, Brenda. Thanks for coming and joining us for a bit. Anita has a joke. She says, what do you call a goat on a hill? A hillbilly goat. I don't know, but I think that's Wicked Granny says, I'm good, just drinking my coffee. Let's see. Melanie had a kind of a joke. She goes, when is the door not a door? Hi, Nancy McDonald. Welcome in. She says, hi, Crystal and Julia. Melanie goes, when it's a jar. That's funny.
I was sitting here trying to think, but I couldn't come up with nothing. So how you doing, Nancy McDonald? What you working on?
Melanie goes, I've heard that's so corny Del Monte wouldn't can it. Or Campbell's, I reckon. Oh, there's Lisa coping with yarn. She says, Hola, I'm going to drive and listen at the same time. Just can't comment till I'm done. Well, yes, be very, very careful on the road. But welcome. Nancy says, trying to figure out, try to finish my cardi that's my design. Awesome. Melanie's asking you, Julia, do you knit?
I can do the knit stitch. I'm learning how to do the purl stitch from Connie.
Mm-hmm.
But I mostly crochet and I diamond paint and cross stitch, play guitar and sing.
I have a few diamond paintings. I haven't tried it yet, but I have them saved for rainy days. One is my mom got it customized for me last year for my birthday. It's a picture of my cat Tom. So I really want to do that one, but I've never done diamond painting before, so I'm trying to wait until I get to the point where I'm not doing anything else, you know, like, so I can actually put my focus on it instead of, because I don't want to have to gather it all up. And then, you know, I know it's going to take time to work on it, but really don't have much room to work on it right now. So, and then I have, I think, 2 or 3 more. One's Jack Sparrow. I kept that one for myself whenever a company asked me to show their products. One I got, I think, oh, what was it called? The Joyful Box or something like that. It was from Cynthia's Joyful Creations. The Traveling Box of Joy. That's what it was. So.
Yeah, my fiance bought me this thing that's got a cushion on it, but it's got like a hard top and it's got a light on it. So when I do mine, I just tape it to that and leave the plastic over it when I'm not working on it. Keep the beads in the containers, and it ain't,
Yeah.
I can switch back and forth.
Well, that's good. I need to find something like, I have a light board my mom gave me, but I can't leave it on that because I don't have room for the light board. So I've tried to figure out
like a little, it's got a hole cut in, it's got a light that comes out, and you can turn it. It's just so I can see the letters or the numbers because they're so little I can't see them.
Yeah.
So it helps me work on it better. But you can take and move the light where it ain't in your way.
Yeah. Let's see. Melanie is saying hello to Lisa, and so is Anita. Anita says, Charity and Pamela, I should get your stuff mailed out tomorrow. We had ice today. Wicked Granny says, we have freezing rain and sleet and ice here. Ugh. Yeah, it's wet and cold here in Texas. Some parts of Texas actually got snow. I think the northern part of Texas. Soila says, hi, Lisa. Be safe, sweetie. No reply needed. Melanie says to Julia, that is awesome about what you do. Soila says, Wicked Granny, oh no, try not to go outside unless it's an emergency. Stay warm. I think it skipped up too much. Yep. Wicked Granny says, nope, I got all I need and I'm staying put. Melanie says, I love singing, Julia.
What?
Melanie says, I love singing.
Yeah, I do too. Me, my sisters, and my mama used to sing all the time when I was living at home.
Aww. Pink says, I have the light board also. So I guess she diamond paints too. Soila says, it's 37 here. Where are you, Soila? Soila. I got to get used to saying that way now. Wicked Grady says, yeah, sure doesn't feel like Texas, but it's 24 Fahrenheit. Feels like 14. Oh, no thank you. The tank says the freeze will kill all the bugs. She also says, I think Dallas, Fort Worth got ice. Yeah, that's where I was talking about. We're about, I think, 3-4 hours away from Dallas area. Melanie says, we're lucky. I believe we're missing the ice this time, but not the cold. Laugh out loud. We've had no snow. Charity says, we have rain here in Virginia. Coping with Yarn, Lisa says, okay, I'm done driving. Hello back to everyone that greeted me. Wicked Grady says, it's been a crazy winter this year for sure. Yep, it has.
Yep.
Soila is in New York. Okay. Anita says, I love singing and dancing, but my kids say I should never do it in public. Oh.
Yeah, I sung at weddings and funerals.
Melanie says, yes, crazy weather. Coping with Yarn says, thanks to Soila. I have never tried diamond painting. We were supposed to get snow, but it never came. It's just been 17 to 23 degrees in the morning. Welcome in, Lisa the Grammy. She says it has been really cold here in Kansas. Very light flurries yesterday, but nothing on the ground.
Yeah, the mountains of North Carolina, they got snow.
Do what?
We didn't get any. The mountains in North Carolina, like Boone, they got snow, but we didn't.
Ah. Coping with Yarn says, my kids say my laugh sounds like a screaming goat. Tank says, we've only gotten snow one time this year. Thank God. 2 inches and it melted the next day. Margaret says, with all the rain we got, it is like a swamp in my yard. I can understand that because ours was that way also. One side of our yard is lower than the rest, and it was like, it looked like almost a small little lake, you know, or a pond, I mean. But it was terrible.
Now we had flooding underneath our house. The moles had got out here and dug a bunch of holes up close to the foundation, and the water was going in there, so we had to go get concrete and mix it up and fill them holes in with concrete to keep it from flooding the house. Got it pretty high, just about to the top of the floor and the inside.
Wow. Let's see. Wicked Granny says, laugh out loud. My kid said that too. Never stopped me though. I am what am I good for if I can't embarrass my kids?
Now my son just walks off, so I can't embarrass him. He knows when I'm getting ready to start, and then he'll walk off.
Oh. Tank says, I'm on the west side of North Carolina mountains. And Joe is here, Garden State Gardener, and he gifted 1 membership. How sweet of you, Joe. Thank you. He gifted a membership, and it went to Kay's Crochet Haven, which I know she's already in the giveaway for this month, but I'm going to write that down so I can remember to put her channel link and everything where it needs to go. Thank you, Joe. All right, so I put her name down, but I marked it off because I remember seeing her member ticket still in the giveaway, so I don't need to re-add her. Me and my grandmother, after Friday's live where I got gifted 10 memberships, I had to go through, it was a bag about this tall, and I had to go through all of them. There was probably over 100 little pieces of paper, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to go through here and find all the members, make sure they're double checked off, and make sure they're still in there. And then I wrote up the 2 new member tickets, or actually it was 4 new member tickets. No, 4 people joined their own, and then 2 that were not gifted. I mean, that were gifted a membership, but were not in there. So actually I had to write up 6 new tickets for members. And then a whole bunch of tickets for the super chats and stuff. But thank you, Joe, for doing that. And you were also gifted a membership, and that was from actually Cindy of Lulu's Treasure Trove that gifted yours. Tank says we usually get 24 inches in a year. Soyless says, Lisa, I've never tried diamond painting either. I think the little pieces would drive me crazy.
The only thing that aggravates me is them numbers and letters are so small I can't see it.
Yeah. Wicked Granny says, I'll see your screaming goat and raise you a cat in a blender. Laugh out loud. That's what my kids told me. Oh. Coping with Yarn says, so really weird. My chat just kind of went ballistic on me. Man. I'm baking some cinnamon rolls. As soon as my oven heats up, I cheated today. It's the refrigerated kind. Hey, that's fine. Melanie said that was Lisa the Grammy that said that. Melanie says my son does too, walks right off. Coping with Yarn says
he's really shy, so.
Do what?
My son's really shy.
My brother is that way. There was one time he appeared on one of my lives, and he stayed for maybe 2 or 3 minutes at most.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
And he always said, "Don't film me, don't film me." And then one night he just popped in, and I'm like, "Okay, you know I'm live, right?" He goes, "Yep." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, I asked my son to go to be on my channel when I do a video. He says no. Like if he knows you're gonna call his name, he'll run. If you're in a store, because he don't like for you to holler at him or say his name out loud. He's just weird.
Tank says I saw him, so I guess she means my brother that time. Welcome in, Doris Artman. How are you? What you working on? I know, right? It's like he didn't want me to show him on a video or something, and then after, you know, I think I had been doing my channel a year and a half almost, and he just sat down on the couch with me one day while I was live. So out of character for him. Really out of character. For the longest time, my grandmother didn't want to be shown. I've even got her on a live couple of times, or on camera. We'd filmed a video or something. So
Yeah, I like when she comes on your videos and your lives. I don't have no grandma no more. All mine passed away.
yeah. Aw, thank you, Joe. He says, "Love when the family is on. Love your family." Aw, thank you. Anita says to you, Julia, "Julia threatened to send him to me. I'd get him out of that shyness."
Yeah, if I told him not, he'd just run off and I couldn't catch him and send him to her. That's the reason why it surprised me when he said, "I got a girlfriend."
Oh,
This is
wow.
his first girlfriend. He's never had one. He didn't date in high school or nothing.
Yeah.
And he just pops up and says, "I got a girlfriend. I need you to knit her a blanket for Christmas." And it was like a month till Christmas. I said, "You think I can whip that out in a month?" I said, "Knitting ain't as fast as crochet."
Yeah, that is, I can't see knitting a blanket unless it's with maybe a 6-weight yarn. You could probably do it in a month, but not like a 3 or 4-weight yarn. No, I don't think so.
Well, I got it where it was. I let her use the length as the width, or the length went this way instead of out this way. And she said that was fine. I said, "Well, I didn't have time to make a full one." So that's why I went ahead and made her that first Granny Square blanket for her this year. So I know hers is done.
Doris says, "I'm good. Right now I'm trying to get breakfast done before we head out to appointments. I'm working on a scarf for my dad and 2 crochet alongs when I'm not busy with the kiddos." Soila wants to know how old he is.
Let's see. Be 24 in September.
He's almost as old as my brother. I think my brother just turned 25. Wait a minute. No.
See, he was born in 99. my math ain't right or something.
We're 11 years apart, and he was
Yeah, he'll
born
be
in 97.
Yeah, he'll be 24 in September. Well, I can't beat him. He's good to me. He graduated high school, went to work 3 days after high school. Been at the same job. He pays my car insurance and my tag and get my car inspected. So, and he don't even live here no more.
Aw.
He's the first redheaded person I've seen with blue eyes.
Tanks says, Julia, you're not old enough to have a high school graduate.
I'm 40. I'll be 45 in April. I was born in 78. But thanks for the compliment, though.
Soyla says, Julia, he sounds like a good son. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Keep getting email notifications come in. Melanie says, my little baby boy just turned 33. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful boy you raised, Julia.
Well, my fiance helped me raise him. His daddy wasn't in the picture much, which I didn't want him to be anyway. Because he does things that he shouldn't be doing.
Tink says, my son was born in 77. Anita says, I have a son the same age. Doris says, my oldest is turning 10 this month, and my youngest is 5. Soyla says, my youngest is 27. Well, let's see. I don't know. I'm kind of at a standstill. What do y'all want to talk about? Wicked Granny says, my youngest grandson is the same age as your son, Julia.
He says he ain't never going to have no kids, so I don't guess I'll get any grandkids.
He might eventually change his mind.
I hope so. I try to talk him into it, but says he ain't getting married neither, but then he goes and gets a girlfriend, so I might get one.
You never know. I mean, when I was like in my teens and early 20s, I didn't want kids. And then I met a certain person, and then I eventually wanted to, and that didn't work out. So yeah. But I have my cats. I see them as my kids and my chickens.
I got my dog.
Siola says, I kind of miss having little feet in the house. No grandchildren yet. Lisa the Grammy says, my youngest is 25. Tank says, my grandsons are 15 and 13. Anita says, my youngest is 9 and my oldest is 33. Wicked Granny says, none of my grandkids want kids. My grandmother is saying we talk about yarn sales. Tank's
I mostly
laughing
get
at
all my
another.
stores.
And do what now?
I mostly get all my yarn at thrift stores.
Hey, that's a good place as any.
Yeah, I got some Twisted Sister yarn. It's hand painted. It was silk. I made a couple of Bag O' Day shawls with them, or ponchos. Got them for 50 cents.
Awesome.
So I said, I'm getting all this. He said, go ahead. Every once in a while, he'll come home and say, let's go yarn shopping.
Aw. That's sweet. Anita's asking where you're from, Julia.
I live in Granite Falls, North Carolina.
Melanie says grandkids are 4, 6, 7, and 10. Yes, Crystal, you're a mama to the fur babies and feather babies. Soila says, wicked granny, I've noticed that this generation don't want children. Lisa the Grammy says, my oldest will be 39 in April. Melanie says, okay, the thing I'm interested in U.S. spin right in Washington, North Carolina. I've never been lucky enough to find yarn when I'm thrifting.
Well, I know the woman that runs the thrift store, and she puts all the yarn back for me because I made several big old dolls for her. I put one as a thumbnail on one of my videos that I made, and she saves all the yarn and puts it back, lets me go through it before she puts it out on the shelf.
Aw, that is nice of her. Anita says a lot of this generation don't need kids, in my opinion. I know, yeah. I knew you were from the South somewhere.
Yeah, I was born in North Carolina, and then before I was a year old, we moved to Florida. And then from Florida, we moved to Georgia. And then Mama wanted to come back up here with her mama, so we moved back to North Carolina.
Charity says her husband is from North Carolina. Soila says to Melanie, I've never found yarn when thrifting. Melanie says is supposed to be tent sale at Spinrite. Tank says, Julia, you're only 2.5 hours from me. So you're only 2.5 hours away from Tank.
Must look towards Asheville. Statesville one.
Soila says, Julia, you're lucky. I think I'm going to start making friends in the thrift stores.
Yeah, they had got somebody had donated, their grandma had died, and I went in there and bought a whole bunch of it. And I got to talking, and she became friends on Facebook, and she's seen what I was making, and I've done like 3 or 4 dolls for her, great big old dolls. One I made, it was a guy. I put a bandana around his head and gave him a beard and everything. So she said, she said, since I know what you want it for, she said, I'll save it and let you have first look at it before I put it out.
Cool. Tank says, I'm 40 miles from Asheville.
Yeah, I had an aunt that lived in Asheville. She moved to Shelby.
Melanie says, I'm in Candler, Julia, in between Asheville and Canton and Waynesville.
Okay.
Anita says, a lot of fellow Hill people in here. Melanie says, I love Shelby and Rutherfordton. Yeah.
Yeah, that thrift store that's got the yarn, they're located in Drexel. If she knows where that's at.
I hear her telling Melanie's, no, it was Anita's joke to my aunt. The one about what do you call a goat on a hill? So my grandmother's telling your joke, Anita, to my aunt. Welcome back, Lisa the Grammy. She had to go take her dog out, or her dog wanted something. Tank says to Melanie, our property butts up against, I don't know how to pronounce that, Pisgah forest.
Pisgah Forest.
We are on the edge of Cherokee National Forest. Anita's laughing. Melanie says, darn tootin', we're good company, laugh out loud.
I'm surprised my dog ain't started barking yet. Because I turned the TV, I muted the TV.
We had to go out, but it's real cold, so he was real quick. Poor little puppy. Lisa
Mine
the
just likes
Grammy.
to stand out there. He don't care how cold it is. He stands out there with his nose up in the air sniffing.
Aww.
Takes 10 minutes or 15 minutes to get him to go to the bathroom.
Wow.
I guess because it's a beagle, they got that hunting instinct in them.
Maybe. Soila says, I'm so excited. I went to the eye doctors and getting new glasses. They look fabulous. Aw. Tank says, I need new ones. Lisa the Grammy says, my Chihuahua Brutus will be 18 in March. Wow. I wonder what that would be in dog years. No, it's been 2 years. Oh, Soila says it's been 2 years, I guess, since she went to the eye doctor.
126 years old.
Oh, wow.
Now my dog he'll be 2 in July.
Yeah, he's still a puppy. You know, it was something interesting I read about how the way cats age. I always thought it was like 7 years per 1 year, but actually their first year of life is like equivalent to 15 years in a human's. Their second year is like 9 years, and their third year and any year after that is 7 years for 1 year. So by the time they're 3, they're 15, 9, and 7. You know, you add all that together and it's like they're almost as old as me. I'm like, what?
Well, I guess
I
I
don't
had
know.
some old cats when they died.
That's what I want to figure out. I had a cat one time that was going on 13. Hi, Bears Crochet Critters, Brenda. She says, hi, Crystal, Julia, and all the chatty folks. Now I forgot what I was just going to say. I got distracted. Oh, I had a cat that was about 13, and I wanted to figure out how old he was, and I did at one point, and I don't even remember what it came out to be, but
Yeah, I had one cat for 15 years.
Wow.
And he died.
Tank says, I don't mind the rain because forest fires are a very real thing here. The winds dry everything out in the day, so I've come to love the rain. Melanie says, yes, Tank, like the ones in Gatlinburg. So sad. Wicked Granny says, I just got my eyes done. It's been more like 5 years, but I was told not to while doing chemo and radiation. Now I'm done with all of that. I didn't know you couldn't get your eyes checked if you're on chemo or radiation. I hope you're doing better, by the way.
Yeah, my son had that surgery to fix his eyes because he's legally blind without his glasses. And he can see perfect now.
Awesome. Melanie says it is different for different breeds of dogs also. Soila says, Tank, I thought you asked you needed glasses. Tank says, we are, in the chat, just jump down. Hold on. How far did I go down? We are only 70 miles from there, Melanie. Doris says, we had to say goodbye to our kitty on Saturday. She was 15 years old, and we will all miss her. Hubby rescued her from where he works. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your kitty. Brenda's cat, Stormy, is 19 years old. Wow.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I had a Dachshund before he got me this beagle, and we had her for 9 years. We got her from the flea market, and they said that we was lucky we got her to live, because most of them dogs don't last from the flea market when you buy them.
Oh. Let's see. Tank says, I have glasses. They need renewed. Melanie says, my granny's sign I have says the food is excellent in this place. Our Digga's, I think she means dog, is over 15 years old. Tink says, oops, 52 miles from Gatlinburg. What? Oh my God, that's crazy. Charity goes, it's 15 years cat per one human year for age of cats. Actually, what I have researched, it's 15 years for the first year, 9 for the second, and 7 for each year after that. But if she did 15 years old times 13, my cat would have been 225 years old. Okay.
Gracious.
Oh, we got Sabrina Melodeuce in the house. Hi, Sabrina. How are you?
Hey, Sabrina.
Oh, no. I almost, what, undo. If I just did, I don't know if it did it or not, but I might have just blocked somebody from my channel. I hope not. My tablet kind of, well, it says deleted a message. I thought I actually just blocked somebody on my channel. Let me see if I can, if it's, oh man. And it was Melanie. I'm sorry, Melanie. Okay, Melanie was unhidden. Okay, good. I'm so sorry. My tablet was freaking out. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I feel so bad, but at least it gave me an option to undo it.
Yeah, I think I did that on Connie's live one day. I went to go to somebody's channel to subscribe to them, and somehow I timed them out.
It's like I was trying to scroll like that, and it hit the 3 dots, and when I tried to keep scrolling, and it just selected on its own, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah, that one moved up when I went to hit it, and it hit the wrong button.
Yep. That is so true, Charity. She says it is way too easy to do that. One of the things about YouTube I don't like. And see, normally when I used to do lives, I was on my computer and I wouldn't have that problem. But now I'm having to read the chat from my tablet, and I'm having to scroll with my finger. So it's more easy to make mistakes like that. Doris says, I hate when I hit a wrong thing when I'm modding.
Yeah, I felt really bad. I kept apologizing.
At least it gave me the option to undo it right then instead of me having to wait till after the live, because wow. Nancy says her girlfriend's cat lived for 22 years.
Oh my goodness.
I know some breeds can last pretty, live pretty long. Sabrina says we lost our wonderful Siamese cat. She was almost 19, and it was last year sometime, I believe, when she said. That's still, the oldest cat I've ever had was my cat Sylvester, and he was almost 13 years old.
Yeah, growing up, I was a cat person. That's all I ever had. And he don't like cats, so I had to get a dog.
Mm.
But I guess it's good because
oh, sorry.
Because he has to stay 2 nights with his dad. So at least I got something to keep me company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is good. At least you're not completely by yourself.
'Cause there's people that walk up and down this road all the time that I don't know who they are.
Yeah. Has anyone seen Suzanne in a while? No, I have not. And Brenda just realized, oh man, just noticed it was back on Top Chat. Ugh, so annoying. Sorry if I missed anyone or anything. Yes, she does, Sabrina. It's pinned to the top of the chat and also in the description box. And while I'm thinking about it, next week, next Tuesday, is my live with Sabrina. So she'll be on my channel next Tuesday. I believe it's at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Anita had a dog and a raccoon growing up. Brenda says, how cool is that, the raccoon in your picture, Anita? Sabrina's going to check out your channel.
Thank you, Sabrina.
I think they mean Suzanne, the Swedish Yarny hooker. Because they just, her link was just dropped by Nightbot. Well, everyone, I have noticed that we are at an hour and 33 minutes. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Let's see. Try to catch up with the comments real quick. Charity says, I would love to have a raccoon as a pet, but my husband doesn't like them or possums. Tank says, no, it was a different one. Yes, it is, Mama. She's saying today is the last day to order a hook for a while, isn't it? And I said, yep.
Oh, it did show. It's not showing on mine.
Yeah, it showed.
Okay, bye.
Make sure it's on live chat, not top chat. Okay. Soila says, thanks for the reminder. Anita says, yes, I have raised several. That was Damien in the pic. So that was one of her pets. All right, so I am going to play a little short video and then we will come back and say our goodbyes. So give me a second to find it. I just want to say thank you to Margaret for doing the super chat. Alrighty, everyone. Please go and show some Yarny love to Julia and check out her channel. And if you like it, you know, stick around, subscribe, watch a couple of videos, and give a thumbs up. And like I said, her link is pinned to the top of the chat, and it's also in the description box. It's also going to be listed in my description box because she's now a channel member. Aw, thank you, Lisa the Grammy. She just became a member. Well, welcome, Lisa. You get 2 free patterns. So email me. Lisa the Grammy. Alrighty. Thank you so much, Lisa, for joining the Yarny Cat Club. And send me an email if you have a channel. It'll be linked in the description box and dropped in every live. And yes. Is there anything you need to go over or would like to say, Julia, before we go?
I just want to thank you for helping me start my channel and letting me come live today. And I think I'm supposed to go live with Connie Thursday.
Awesome.
Yeah, I want to come and watch it.
Well, you're very welcome. I try to help anyone that may need it, you know, that may not be familiar with technology in any way, shape, or form, or if it's new technology to them. So I'm more than happy to help anytime. So you're very welcome. And I'm happy for your first 100 subscribers. I remember how that felt myself. So yeah, very excited for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get up some money so I can do a giveaway, where I can buy some yarn and do a giveaway.
That would be awesome. Alrighty, everybody. Well, thank y'all for joining us, and I hope y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. Y'all stay warm, stay safe, and we will both see you later. Bye, everybody.
Everybody.